Hey besties, welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video. I know summer is still doing its thing. We've officially hit the 20-day countdown, sadly. 20 days. Literally 20 days before we go back to school. This year I've become an upperclassman, so I feel like I'm pretty credible on the high school experience and have lots of good information to share with everybody. So we're going to be We're going to be addressing all of the feelings I have towards back to school and the feelings that you have towards back to school. I'm going to be giving so much high school advice. So if you are looking to beat your back to school anxiety, this is the video for you. Let's get into it. Okay, so there is lots of things to talk about when talking about back to school. So here are my different categories. Course selection, class, how to study, environment, hallway etiquette, super important, grades, sports, clubs, relationships, social, and supplies. I know it sounds like a lot to talk about, but you're going to feel so grateful that we address all these things because they're super important. So for course selection, I have 3 things written down. The first thing is be challenged but not overwhelmed. You want to take enough difficult classes where it's like you're not breezing by, but you also don't want to overwhelm yourself. My freshman year, I took all honors in AP, and if you don't know what AP is, that is advanced placement. So I was taking a college class at 14, which, you know, it was fine.
No, it's nice. It's so nice.
I actually ended up with like a high B in AP Human Geography, which I talked about a bit in my freshman year, and how much I hated that class. The transition from middle school to high school is difficult enough on its own, and then adding the fact that I was taking a college course was just, it was not it for me. I also just kind of explained CP, honors, and AP. That was my next thing. CP stands for like college prep. That's like your basic level courses. Then honors is the next step up, and then AP advanced placement is like your college level course. And also, if you're going to take an AP class, you should definitely ask upperclassmen, if you have any upperclassmen friends, what they think about it, if they thought it was hard for them. Okay, and that was all for course selection. That was pretty easy. Next is class itself. Sorry, my dog is, I don't know what he's doing. Hold on, guys. Yay! Okay. Stitch has joined the video. Stitch has entered the chat. I don't even know if you can see him in the camera, but he's right there. Next category is class. So these are just like straight tips. I'm gonna kind of rapid fire them. First is don't talk very much and just pay attention. If you talk too much in the class, the teacher is already going to get a bad impression of you, and then in the future, if you're kind of like, I need help with this, can I get an extension on this, they're already going to assume like, well, you should have been paying attention in class. So definitely like, still have fun. Don't limit yourself from talking enough that you won't make friends, but definitely like, don't overdo it. Also, respect the teacher. Like, listen to them, try your best to participate. The next thing is take notes and learn how to take notes. I think like watching YouTube videos explaining how to take notes is so helpful, because before I would kind of just write down everything and then I just have like 18 pages of notes and I don't know what to do. And learning the correct way to take notes of like having them to be 5 words or less, like the main important parts of each sentence, are very helpful. Next, ask questions. I know like every teacher says this, but literally no question is a stupid question. And if everyone says it's a stupid question, then that's fine, because I'd rather ask a stupid question than write a stupid answer on a test. Clocked. Next is use an agenda book. I know some people are against this. It doesn't have to be an agenda book. You can write it down on your computer. You can write it down on your hand. I see people write on their hand. But write your assignments down, because there's nothing worse than people come into class and say, I didn't know, I couldn't remember. Like, write it down. Type it. Anything. Like, you don't want to be the person to forget your assignments. Okay, next is how to study. So here are the extensions, platforms, and apps that I used to study. First is just genuine like flashcards, making a flashcard. I remember when my freshman year when I took honors biology, I did flashcards like every single day, and every moment of free time I'd flip and flip and flip, because we weren't allowed to have our phones during class, but we were obviously allowed to have index cards, so just bring them everywhere. Next is online. It's Quizlet. I think everyone knows what Quizlet is. It's just super helpful. Then we have Kahoot and Bookit, which is like usually a group. It's usually a group thing, but I think you can play it by yourself. And many of the Bookits and Quizlets and Kahoots are pre-made, so you can just find one on the topic that you're looking for, and then you can study it in the car, at lunch, at an assembly, like literally anytime. Okay, next is environment. High school environment versus middle school environment is definitely different. There's a higher population in high school. I mean, at least in my high school. Like, my high school is much bigger than my middle school, and it's definitely a little bit difficult to adjust, because I think in middle school it's kind of like everyone is like all spread out everywhere, but I think a lot of times in high school, like, it's like all the freshmen are mostly in one hallway, all the sophomores are mostly in one hallway. Not always like that, but sometimes. Don't be afraid to carry around your schedule if you don't know way around the building. Like, you should have seen me my freshman year. I literally had my paper and I was staring at it the whole time, because it is hard to find things. Also, annotate your schedule. If your school prints out a schedule for you, I wrote like This one is upstairs, this one is downstairs, this one is near the bathroom, this one is near the water fountain, because sometimes it's hard to remember A hallway, B hallway, C hallway, and it's just much easier to say upstairs, downstairs, near the blank, and I feel like that was easy for me. Also, another thing for like environment in classes, you're not always going to have one class that has all 9th graders, all 10th graders. Some of your classes are like that, but if you're taking a math class, like let's say you're one level above like the average math student in your grade, then you're going to have classes with people who are a grade above you. Like for me, I'm 2 levels above the average math student like in my grade, and so my freshman year I had a class with juniors because they were 2 grades above me, if that, I think that makes sense. Next is literally the most important, and that is hallway etiquette. I really need everyone to lock in and pay attention here. First, you walk on the right side of the hallway. If you don't know, pull out the fingers, which for you guys, I think it's mirrored, so this would be left and this would be right for you. Walk on the right side of the hallway, please, because everyone knows that you just stay to your right, and so you never end up bumping into anyone. It's kind of like when you drive on the right side of the road, like that's how we think of it. Next, 2 people per line when you walk. It is not Mean Girls. We are not walking in a line of 4 or 5 people. That is not how we do this, because then there's no space. You walk 2 people at most. I think sometimes you can get away with 3 if you guys are really squished. We're not walking in lines of 4 or 5. Also, walk quickly. You do not need to be one of those people who are sprinting, because that is not cute. But you definitely should not be like taking your sweet old time. Like, we all have places to be. Just because your teacher may be fine with the fact that you're late to class doesn't mean that everyone's teachers are, so you just need to move with haste. Next is grades. Even from your freshman year, you need to take your grades seriously, because if your GPA is low from your freshman year, it's going to be hard to bring it up. And GPA stands for grade point average, and I'm just not going to get into that because it just takes a long time to explain. Don't be surprised if it's harder to have certain grades. Like, I used to be able to get A's without studying in middle school, and now I have to study, and sometimes I'll still get a B on a test. So don't overwork yourself, but definitely do put in effort. Speak up about your grades. If you're like, I think on this project I definitely should have gotten an A and I got a D or whatever, like, you're allowed to speak up for yourself. Definitely don't be rude about it, but at the end of the day, it's your grade, and that's your grade that colleges are going to be looking at, so advocate for your grade. If you're asking for your teacher to round it up from an 89 to an 100, like, whoa.
Okay, David, I'm gonna have to like bring you down to earth for a sec. There is no way you're getting tickets for that show, but I love your enthusiasm.
From an 89 to a 90, like, just go for it. Okay, next is sports. This video is not just specific to people who go to my school, but at my school we do have a lot of student athletes, whether it's a sport through the school or outside of the school. I do both. I do 2 for the school and 1 outside of the school, and so I feel like I have a good take on both perspectives. So one is try hard in your sports. Like, it's great for college applications, it's great to meet more friends, it's great to travel, and great for exercise. Obviously, you know that, like, if you're really good at your sports, some colleges will recruit you. Some people get like full ride scholarships, meaning that they're not paying for their college because they really want you to play that sport at their college. So definitely try, but you still do need to get good grades. Like, I wouldn't say prioritize it over your grades, but I guess like some people would try and make it 50-50. But our school definitely says student athlete, so you should be a student before you're an athlete, but some people say I'm an athlete student, and that's up to you. Once again, don't overwork yourself. Don't make yourself too tired that you can't do well in school. And don't try and coach every other athlete. Definitely help your friends out if they're struggling in the same sport as you, but like, I wouldn't say like be too bossy, because then people just start to not like you. And then if you end up being a captain on one of your sports teams, congratulations, but be a good captain. Like, be a good example to everyone else, because they're supposed to be looking up to you, especially if they're younger than you. And so just be a good example. Okay, next is clubs.
Bus, club, another club, plane, next place.
Join early if you want a high position in the club. Like, for me, I was in student council my freshman year. I started super early so that by the time I was a sophomore year, I could be an executive member and no longer a general member. But if I had started my sophomore year, I wouldn't have gotten to be an executive member until my junior year. So I definitely recommend starting your clubs early. Find a good club for you. Like, you can definitely tell when some people are in a club only because they're like, I just want to put this on my college application, but you don't really care about it. Find a club that's good for you. Like, I know even at my school, you're allowed to start your own club. So if there's something that you're passionate, I'm sure there's at least 1 or 2 other people in the school who are passionate about it. So just definitely like start something or join something that's good for you. Like, for me, I would not be joining like fishing club because I'm not into that. But if you are, then go for it. Okay, my camera's dying, so I'm hurrying. Next is in your clubs, make good connections with other people. Make new friends who have the same interest as you. That's basically like the entire point of doing clubs. And so definitely connect with people. And volunteer if you want to help clean up after a dance, clean up before a dance. Sorry, my dog is snoring. And get volunteer hours that are good for like organizations and for colleges. Okay, and now I'm gonna put a quick pause so I can charge my camera. Why is my camera battery still blinking, brother? I literally charged it for an hour. Okay, we're just gonna keep going until this thing dies, okay? Okay, next is relationships. This one is very important for high school. First one is that your friends change, and that is okay. That doesn't mean that I'm like enemies with them. That just means we probably just don't talk anymore, because I feel like in middle school it was like you just had classes with anyone, but now in high school you're definitely more separated by like what level math you're in or what level English you're in. Like, it's just you don't see people as much, so you kind of like lose that connection with some of the people that you used to be close with in middle school, and that's perfectly fine. People are also just busier in high school. There's a lot of clubs and sports that people do, so it's harder to connect with people in high school because everyone's just busy. A lot of people start working as well. And my next thing about relationships is if you don't want people in your business, don't post it. If you don't want people to know that you broke up with this person or that you're not friends with this person anymore, you just don't post it. Don't post like, oh my gosh, blah blah blah, so annoying, if you don't want people to know. Clearly you want people to know if you're posting it. Keep your friends' secrets. You would expect them to do it for you, so Next is don't spread rumors. Like, it's just unnecessary to just create a fake story. Like, next is surround yourself with good people, because peer pressure does exist when people try and convince you to do things. Like, because you're in an environment with people who behave a certain way, you may feel like just more accustomed to being that way, even if they're not specifically telling you. You know what I mean? Like, if you're around people who don't do their schoolwork, they're not going to tell you not to do it, but you're just not going to feel that it's important to do your schoolwork because that's the type of people that you're around. They don't do it. Remember that you should definitely talk to your friends about any issues that you're having, but remember that your friends are not registered therapists and that they're not always going to have the answer that you're looking for. Next category is social. This is pretty quick. Like, go to dances, go to the pep rallies, participate in the spirit days, go to the football games or any sports games, vote in polls about your school. If there's something that's important to you, like, bring it up. Take pictures, talk to new people, and match energy of other people. If everyone around you is in a good mood, you add to that mood and you be in a good mood. Like, honestly, at the end of the day, high school can be really stressful with school, and so every fun moment that you have, like, definitely romanticize it. Like, you see those people who are like romanticizing my life, like, make the most little thing a fun thing, because high school goes by pretty fast and you want to enjoy every second of it. Last thing is just kind of like supplies, like things I think you would need. Mechanical pencils, definitely over regular pencils, because half of my teachers don't even have sharpeners. Post-it notes, emergency bags, agenda books, water bottles, gum, and a change of clothes for any type of emergency. And that is the end. Oh my gosh, this was kind of like a video that took me a long time. I actually have been continuously adding to this over a period of time because I kept thinking of more things, and I wanted to make sure I had everything written down before I made this video. But I hope you guys enjoyed. You guys, I'm so sorry. My camera literally never dies. I literally like can go months without charging it and it never dies. But then I decide to charge it all morning, and then the second I need to use it, it decides to be dead all the time. So my sincerest apologies about that. But this is my outro to the video. If you guys have any questions that you guys would like to ask me, maybe I could do a second video, like a Q&A, for when people have specific questions. But this is the long-awaited high school advice video. I'm gonna get straight to editing this. Comment down below any questions that you guys have or any video ideas that you want to see me do for back to school.